The story begins inside a school cafeteria where everything feels completely normal. Children are sitting quietly, eating lunch, laughing, and talking like any ordinary day. Suddenly, a girl freezes. Her eyes begin to glow with an intense blue light, and her body starts to shake violently as if she were having a seizure. In a matter of seconds, she collapses to the floor. The teachers rush toward her, but it is already too late. She is dead. No one understands what just happened. After investigation, scientists reveal a terrifying truth. A mysterious virus is spreading and attacks only children. Doctors around the world try everything, but no cure works. Little by little, the situation turns into a nightmare, as nearly 90% of children worldwide die from this virus. Even the best doctors fail. The President of the United States addresses the nation and reveals that even his own son has been infected. Still, he promises that humanity will find a solution. To manage the crisis, a special department called the CCD is created. Now, the story moves to a young girl named Ruby. At her home, her family celebrates her birthday. Her parents smile, give her gifts, and pretend everything is fine. But deep down, they are terrified because Ruby is also infected with the virus. That night, Ruby cannot sleep. Scared and restless, she creeps up to her mother and takes her hand. Suddenly, Ruby's eyes glow with an orange light. Ruby panics, lets go, and runs back to her room. The next morning, everything seems normal for Ruby. But when her mother sees her, she freezes in shock and asks, "Who are you?" Her parents do not recognize her at all. Ruby desperately explains that she is their daughter and even shows them her birthday gift. But her mother believes Ruby is a sick girl who broke into their house to steal. Out of fear, her parents turn Ruby over to the CDC. Crying and screaming, Ruby is taken by force and pushed onto a bus. Inside, there are already many other children. A guard watches over them with a weapon, treating them not as children, but as dangerous criminals. The bus finally arrives at a heavily guarded facility as the children are lined up and led inside. One boy asks too many questions. The guards respond brutally, beating him without mercy. Seeing this, Ruby realizes a horrific truth. This place is not meant to save them, but to control them. After that, all the children are taken for medical exams. The doctors explain that the virus has caused a genetic mutation within the children's bodies. Their DNA has changed, and because of that, the children have developed superhuman abilities. Then, scientists divide the children into different categories based on their eye color. Green-eyed children are considered the safest and most intelligent. Those with blue eyes can move objects without touching them, using telekinesis. Gold-eyed children have the power to control electricity. These three categories are still labeled as safe, but there are two rare and terrifying categories: red and orange. These children are considered extremely dangerous, and there are direct orders to eliminate them on sight. During Ruby's test, the doctor discovers something shocking. Ruby belongs to the orange category. Instantly, the screen displays a terrifying word: eliminate. Calmly, the doctor prepares an injection intended to kill her. Ruby feels something is very wrong and tries to escape, but the doctor grabs her. Desperate, Ruby takes his hand and tells him she is not orange, but green. At that exact moment, Ruby's eyes glow a bright orange and the doctor's expression suddenly goes blank. Without a word, he changes her file from orange to green. This reveals Ruby's true and horrific power. She can control people's minds. After the tests, all the children are dressed in uniforms based on their categories: green, blue, and gold. Ruby looks around and notices something chilling. There are no red or orange uniforms anywhere. It is then that she realizes the truth. Children like her were likely killed a long time ago. Time passes, and 6 years go by inside the camp. Gradually, Ruby begins to feel more isolated. The tasks that the intelligent green children complete easily are difficult for her. She pretends to be weak on purpose, trying to stay invisible. One day, Captain McManus notices Ruby and tells her something unsettling. He remarks that she doesn't seem smart enough to be a green. Hearing this, Ruby panics. Later, while returning to her room with her group, a high-frequency sound suddenly blasts through the speakers. Only the special children can hear it. Within seconds, Ruby collapses and loses consciousness. When she wakes up, she is inside a medical room. A female doctor is sitting in front of her. Moments later, a guard enters and tells the doctor that time is up and they must leave immediately. In a hurry, the doctor writes something on a piece of paper and leaves. The note says that the truth about Ruby has been discovered, and that if she wants to stay alive, she must meet the doctor in the boiler room. Without telling anyone, Ruby sneaks away and reaches the location. Inside the boiler room, the same doctor helps Ruby stay hidden and silently guides her to her car. Just as they are about to escape the base, a guard stops them. At that moment, Ruby uses her power and takes control of the guard's mind, forcing him to open the gate. After years of confinement, Ruby finally leaves the camp. Seeing the open world again fills her with happiness and relief. The doctor explains that most adults in the world are gone and that many cities have been completely abandoned. Ruby says she wants to see her parents, but the doctor warns her that going back could be extremely dangerous. Before leaving, the doctor gives Ruby a GPS necklace so her location can be tracked if she ever gets into trouble. Then she tells Ruby that she will take her to a safe camp, a place where many children like her are hiding. Shortly after, the doctor meets with one of her allies. When Ruby shakes his hand, she suddenly feels terror. The moment she touches him, Ruby has a disturbing vision. Children running desperately, trying to escape and save their lives. Instantly, Ruby realizes that something very dangerous is about to happen. Later, when Ruby goes in to change clothes, she meets a gold-eyed girl. The moment the girl sees Ruby, she panics and launches an electrical attack, then runs and hides inside a van. Even so, Ruby follows her and asks for help. Hearing the honesty in Ruby's voice, the gold-eyed girl finally opens the van door and lets Ruby hide inside. Inside the van, Ruby meets Liam, a blue, along with his friend. Ruby lies to them, saying she is a green, but explains that there are people chasing her. Hearing this, both boys decide to help her. Meanwhile, a team is constantly pursuing them, and on the other hand, the doctor is also looking for Ruby. At the perfect moment, Liam uses his blue powers to destroy the vehicles chasing them. Thanks to him, they finally manage to escape. After driving for a while, the group stops in an isolated place. Liam's friend questions Ruby, wondering why she's running away in such fear if greens are considered harmless. Knowing the truth but unable to reveal it, Ruby remains silent. Frustrated, she snaps and says that if they don't want to help her, she will go on her own. Liam quickly calms her down and explains that they are heading to a special place, a hidden camp run by an orange-eyed boy who can keep children like them safe. He tells Ruby that if she wants, she can come with them. Hearing this, Ruby agrees to join them immediately. On the way, Ruby asks Liam why they escaped the camp. Liam reveals the dark truth. The children were being used in dangerous experiments. The government wanted to turn them into a powerful army to fight their enemies. That is why they decided to flee. Meanwhile, the doctor who classified Ruby as green is captured. After a brief interrogation,
Put a bounty on that girl, whatever you need.
That same night, while everyone is sleeping, Ruby's hand accidentally touches Liam's. In that instant, Ruby sees all of Liam's memories. She sees him trying to save other children while escaping the camp, failing to rescue many of them. The guilt and pain in Liam's heart become painfully clear to her. The next morning, the gold-eyed girl gives Ruby a red dress. Wearing it, Ruby looks confident and beautiful. Soon, everyone returns to the van and continues toward their destination. On the way, a recording of the president's son plays on the radio. He says that if he can be cured, others can be too. His voice gives the group a small sense of hope. Later, they stop at an abandoned mall to pick up supplies. Suddenly, another group of children attacks them. Just as things start to get out of control, the gold-eyed girl uses her powers to stop everyone. It is soon revealed that these children are like them, gifted with special abilities. That night, all the children sit together, talking and sharing their stories. For the first time, they don't feel alone. During the conversation, Liam asks for the location of the orange-eyed boy's refuge, hoping to arrive soon. But the children explain that the place is extremely secret and almost impossible to find. Silently, without anyone noticing, Ruby uses her power to control a boy's mind and extracts the location, hidden inside a special coded message. Ruby and Liam's friend work together to crack the secret message. After much effort, they finally break the code and everyone feels relieved. At the same time, the other children realize the truth. Ruby is not a green. She is an orange. Ruby is terrified, thinking her friends will now be afraid of her. But Liam reassures her, telling her there is nothing to be scared of. It is then that Ruby admits the truth. She cannot fully control her powers. If she accidentally uses them on someone, it could cost that person their life. The group moves forward, but they are suddenly attacked by a team of children dressed in military-style uniforms. One of them recognizes Liam. During the tense encounter, Liam explains that they are only looking for a safe place to live. Hearing this, the group decides to take them to the orange-eyed boy everyone has been talking about. When they arrive, the truth is revealed. The orange boy is actually the president's son. He is happy to see Ruby and the others, and finally tells them the truth. The president lied to the world. He was never cured. Instead, he was constantly used in experiments. When none worked, the government began locking children up in different camps. The orange boy promises Ruby that he will teach her to use her powers correctly. Gradually, Ruby begins to understand her abilities and starts learning to control them. One day, when Ruby is feeling emotionally broken, the orange boy visits her and tells her that only an orange can truly understand another orange. While he holds Ruby's hand, Liam walks in and sees them together. He clearly does not like what he sees. At the same time, the orange boy begins to see Ruby's memories. He discovers the horrific truth. The night Ruby took her parents' hands, she accidentally erased their memories of her. That is why her parents forgot their own daughter. The orange boy is shocked. Even he does not possess power of that level. Fascinated, he wants to learn this ability from Ruby. But Ruby herself does not understand how her powers actually work. Later, Ruby goes out and meets Liam. He is angry and accuses her of hiding things from him. Ruby tries to explain herself and tells him he is misunderstanding everything. She admits the real reason she keeps her distance. She is terrified that if she ever loses control, she might do to Liam what she unknowingly did to her parents. Ruby walks toward the lake, where she meets Liam's friend. He tells her quietly that this place no longer feels safe. At the same time, the orange boy is inside, talking to someone over a laptop. He is reporting how many green, blue, and orange children are currently in the camp. At that moment, Ruby arrives. As soon as he sees her, he quickly closes the computer. In reality, Ruby went there to take the computer so Liam's friend could contact his family. Sensing an opportunity, the orange boy tries to make a deal with Ruby. He tells her that if she learns the memory erasing ability from him, he will give her the computer. With no other choice, Ruby agrees. But as she closes her eyes and tries to focus on learning the power, she suddenly opens them and realizes that the orange boy is trying to take advantage of her. In a panic, Ruby lands a heavy punch on his face and flees. Outside, she runs directly into Liam. After hearing the whole truth, Liam becomes enraged and wants to confront the orange boy. Ruby manages to stop him somehow, realizing that this place is no longer safe and they must escape immediately. That same night, as the group prepares to flee, the camp general arrives, and standing next to him is the same orange boy. At that moment, the appalling truth is revealed. The orange boy was loyal to his father the whole time. His true mission was to gather as many gifted children as possible and turn them into a powerful army. Without hesitation, the orange boy takes control of Liam and beats him brutally. Seeing this, Ruby finally lets go of her fear. She uses her power to control the commander's mind and kills him. At the same time, the gold-eyed girl unleashes her electricity and attacks the remaining soldiers. As chaos breaks out, Ruby orders her 3 friends to run. She chooses to stay behind, alone, face to face with the orange boy. Ruby takes control of the entire army and forces the soldiers to point their weapons at the orange boy. For a moment, it seems she has finally won, but suddenly the orange boy fights back. Using his terrifying power, he regains control over everyone and forces the soldiers to turn on each other. Despite Ruby's desperate attempts, the orange boy even manages to control her mind. He tells Ruby that he will erase all her painful memories and that together they will rule the world. But deep inside, Ruby refuses to give up. Gathering every ounce of her strength, she breaks free from his control. She focuses on a helicopter flying above them and uses her power to crash it directly into the orange boy, stopping him. Just as Ruby thinks it's over, another helicopter begins to attack her. At the last moment, Liam's friend jumps in and saves her, but he is seriously injured during the rescue. Ruby panics, not knowing how to help him. Then, she suddenly remembers the GPS necklace the doctor gave her. She activates it, and within minutes, the doctor arrives with her team and rescues them all. After some time, Ruby wakes up and finds herself lying in a bed. The doctor sits next to her and tells her that her injured friend is in the hospital and will recover soon. But Liam wants to leave immediately. He refuses to go anywhere without Ruby. The doctor then reveals their true mission. They want to capture the president and expose the dark truth to the entire world. And for that mission, they desperately need Ruby's power. Ruby knows the danger that lies ahead. She does not want Liam to get hurt because of her. With tears in her eyes, she walks up to him and uses her power one last time, erasing every memory Liam has of her. She hands him his backpack and softly tells him to go home. Confused, but strangely happy, Liam accepts and leaves. Watching the person she loves walk away forever, Ruby quietly breaks down, knowing that this painful sacrifice was the only way to keep him safe. In the final moments, we see that the president's son is still alive, standing in front of his controlled army, preparing for war. On the other hand, Ruby is already ready to face him and fight for the future of all gifted children. And with that, the film comes to an end.